Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm doing an ultimate beginner's guide on Life Makeover, because if there's one comment I get the most about this game, about people who don't play, is that they tried it or they want to try it but they just get so overwhelmed with all the functions in this game, as well as the crazy amounts of currencies we have in this game. So I totally understand. So I figured that I should do a beginner's guide, like explain me like I'm 5 Life Makeover guide, because I want more people to play this, and if this helps some people out if they want to get started, I hope that does. So without further ado, let's go dissect basically everything about this game. So the main premise about this game is like, what do you do besides like the idea of dressing up? Is there is a storyline you follow, and in order to finish the storyline you have to craft some items. So every so many levels you have to craft a certain specific items, and it kind of slows you down in the process. So to go to the story is going to press on the shining journey. You'll probably get a tutorial if you first to start this game, but if you haven't in a while, this is how you get there. Press on story quest. Currently there are 22 chapters as of recording, and I am right here. As you can see, there are plenty of levels down here. We have a normal and a hard difficulty. Starting off with the normal is what you have to do first. So once you finish the level you're reading, or you can just skip it if you want, you get into the dress up area. You either dress up with the tags that are provided, or you have in the top that there is like a must item you have to craft. So you see here which one you are mandatory to craft, so you go here and you will see the item that you will have to craft. There are around 3 different types of items you have to obtain to often craft these items. So the first one would be an item that you can buy in the store, which I will get to in a second, but this is one of them. The other one is like a regular item from the normal quest, as you can see, normal stage, and then there are some that you need to get from the hard stage. This is where the 2 normal and hard stages come in. Down here, normal and hard, you can switch around. The story remains the same, however you can only clear these 3 times a day per level. Don't spend gems on that, don't do it, but that's how it kind of slows you down into crafting, and you use stamina to make these items. I hope that makes sense. That is basically the premise of the game. Obviously there's other ways to obtain items and get a high score, and I will get into that now. So let's first go over the shining journey where we just were, what is basically where you do most of your dailies. On the top, starting off with mind travel. These are basically like really short stories of often being like around 10 levels, with some of them having to have dress up and some are just like reading the story, and each one comes with their own outfit. They release these once in a while. These are all we have in the whole year that I've been playing, so there isn't that much yet. This is part of like your daily have to, so you go over on the quest and then you get to craft all of these items. If you have finished everything, you can move on to the dyeing chart, which I will get to later when we go to the wardrobe, but that is for recolors. And there are also like specifically items that you can get, like makeup, and I made some of these, but these take a while to craft, so don't feel rushed to do these, as well as some photo items, and of course the ally cards, which I will also get into later. The second one would be daily missions, which are kind of like places where you would like deploy your ally cards that you have, and you get 3 refreshes for free every day, and after that they cost gems. Don't spend your gems on that. Basically, don't spend your gems on anything but the gachas. I will mention if I would recommend spending my gems if anything else comes up. You have different types. You have the blue one, the purple one, and there's also a gold one, which I don't have right now. And there are sometimes the very rare pink one on the top. I would highly recommend never using the blue ones. Always deploy on at least purple, but if you can on yellow, because that just gets you the best rewards. This is not really worth it in my opinion. Especially because some of the purple ones give you the glimmer coins, which is one of the 100 currencies we will also get into, but you kind of want to get as much of that as you can in a day. Next up, we have Endorsement Queen. So this is kind of like you have your own shop, but you don't. This is definitely based on how good your wardrobe is and how many scores you have, based on every tag, as you can see. So going into the first one, these all look the same. It looks very overwhelming once again, but basically what you do is try to deploy with the highest score. So as you can see, let's see, this one I have 2 out of 3 crowns. If I press on it, here's the score that's required, and this is my dress up that I have. When you first do this, you have to press endorsement, and then you can just press on highest record, and then it will just pick the highest items for that tag that you can use for this outfit. You can just skip this battle, it's not important, and then press next. Quick deploy on your ally as well. It will automatically pick the best chances for you, and then I fail here because my score is too low, but eventually you will get there. The way you raise this is by claiming your money you earn from your businesses. Basically every day by pressing claim all. As you can see on the top, my endorsement went up a little bit, and the higher this level gets, the higher your own level gets as well. So eventually you can get higher and higher, and you can do this for all of these, as well as here in management it says how much you're earning, and then depending on your level again you can give like a little boost on this and then also raise your level. Then there is brand activity, which is also based on how much traffic you have for your shops, which again you don't have to do anything for this except when the meters fall you press popularity up and then a new level will here unlock, and then as well as you did for the other ones you can just do a high access and then it will clear, and all of this will just contribute to your level going up. Now you're asking me, what's the point of all this? This is like a season thing, so this does shift out every so often. As you can see here, we have the dates at the bottom, but you can get exclusive sets by doing this. So in the bottom here you can see shop. If you press this it will open the shop here. This can once again get kind of overwhelming. So you get these currencies from doing the endorsements in this season. This outfit is only here for this season. Same as for this one. We have some dye items for these clothing pieces, and we have like some poses and whatever. So these are called endorsement badges. After the season ends, all your currency will be converted to time coins, which is the shop next to it, and then you can spend them on these items. These items will never go away. These will always be here. As you can see, I've already bought everything and I have a lot of these coins left. So do not feel rushed to complete these sets because these are not going anywhere. These will always be here, same as with the dye colors and all the extras. Then there's the traffic shop where you can get these currencies called traffic badges, and this item is just here for the season, but this one will be moved to the reputation shop, which is also like the permanent store. So you can get these coins by getting a level on perfect, so you'll get these eventually as you do more. And then once the season is done, the coins will be converted to reputation badges, and also the items in that traffic shop will be moved into the reputation shop. And as you can see, I also already bought these, so there's no rush, I think, at least for these items, because you can just keep getting them. There's also again some frames and titles and whatnot, so that's that. Then there is a thought Waltz, which is like a daily thing. There isn't really anything you do here. You just press start, you wait like 30-40 seconds, and then you can claim it. Just do it, it's easy, you can get free stuff. Then at the bottom here we have fashion battle. This is where you kind of like battle against other people depending on your score. So every Monday this refreshes and you have to like reapply, put in new outfits. And for this week example is pure, lively, sweet, and gorgeous. These are tags for the items in the game. Here you see your own rating scores, and then here you see other ratings. You get 5 chances a day, and then you get to battle them. Do this every day. This is also part of the daily like have-tos, and you get gems and rewards in return. These rewards consist of another currency. So in the top here you can press shop. So once again, these outfits are only going to be here for the season. There's also a permanent shop, but there's currently a bug or something going on, so there isn't one right now, but normally there's also a tab into it. So just like the Endorsement Queen, once the season ends, these will be converted into fashion dust is what it's called, and that's where you can spend it in the permanent shop. And also when the season ends, these items will also be moved over there. So just so you know, I just think that the conversion rate is like a little bit more expensive, and that's why you want to buy it when the season is here. But that is how this works. There's also like makeup and stuff you can get, and also some poses and stuff. It's quite cute. And then our last tab here is the Vvanna Quiz. This starts every Monday. You have like a few questions you have to answer. You can ask people in the chat here for help, but I don't really get just like an A rating, and you also just get some new rewards. Nothing too big deal about this. And then here on the top there's a small button that says schedule, which is basically your dailies. You want to do these every day, especially if you're free to play. You want to fill up this meter every day. You don't have to do every quest to complete this, and it's pretty doable, I would say, so make sure you get all of these done. Then at the bottom here you have weekly activity, so basically everything from Monday to Sunday piles up on the dailies that you do. So if you do your dailies every day, fill up this meter, and then you get even more rewards and some tickets and whatnot currency. Next up, I want to talk about guilds. You can find them here on the side underneath schedule, which we also just had a look at. And a guild is basically a collective of other people kind of working together. You can start your own guild or join a one. I would highly recommend joining one that is like pretty active and pretty full, because you get more benefits the more people participate in this. As you can see, mine has over 200 people in here. There's a lot of stuff here to look at as well. So starting off with Inspiration Coalition, this is part of your dailies. Basically everyone submits into this and then fills up these meters. You get these by just doing dailies, so don't worry about how to collect these. I still have like 40 I left. The guild owners will submit these and start these, so all you just have to do is submit in here. If this never opened for you, or like this never fills up, you are probably like in an inactive guild, so I would recommend looking for a better one. Once these are all filled up to 500, you can claim the project reward, which again, if your guild is active, you will get 3 times a week, and it's like a little it'll work with some extra tickets and stuff in there. Then next up we have support down here, which is also part of your dailies. You want to, or you can either use gems on the bottom one or just coins on the top one. I highly recommend always doing the coin one. The gems one is just kind of expensive and the benefits is not like that necessary, because there's 2 funds you get for the guilds, which is the pearls and the little gold shells, and you don't really have a rush to get these honestly, so don't buy the diamond ones, just get these 3 times a day. Then we have welfare here on the top, which is basically like a little thing you can claim also, again depending on how active you are and how active everyone is in their guild. Then we have 2 here at the bottom called department management. It's basically some info about your guild itself. If you're not the owner, you don't really have to worry about this. Same as with guild member in the bottom here. You can just see people who are in your guild and like applications and events and like anything that's going on, but again you don't have to worry about that. Then there's 2 other things that are left here. First up is the store. These items also don't expire. These items has been here forever. So by doing the support thing, you get those pearls that you can use into this shop. Again, don't feel rushed to complete this, but again, these are always here. Same as for this outfit and the materials and everything, makeup and stuff. There's one thing that I highly recommend as a big tip is that you buy these 3 every week. These refresh every week as well. I buy these always. These are for doing pools and recoloring items, and you kind of always are short on these, so I would just grab these every Monday as like a routine thing. Then lastly in the middle here we have beauty course, which is for boosting your score and getting more items. So as you can see, there are 4 different ones. They have 2 based on spending the pearls and then 2 spending your regular gold. So the higher level you make, the more score boost you get on certain tags. So as you can see, the elegant index is plus 25 anytime I do this, and my influence also plus 2. And then every 5 levels you see like a white card in the middle, and they will give you like a makeup item, lip gloss, eyebrows, anything. And as you can see, this one is with gold. This gets really expensive, so I would just kind of like slowly build this up, not throw all your money in here, because the gold is kind of used for a lot of things, so kind of even it out and see how much money you have. I wouldn't just dump everything in here. Next up, we're going to talk about the design room, which is the first button here at the bottom. We have a lot of things to go through here, starting off with the fashion studio. These are all the outfits you can unlock from the story, so as you are progressing through the story, these will be available. As you can see, I almost finished the last levels, but I still have not cleared 2211, so I cannot even craft the last outfit. You will get there slowly. My personal technique is just working my way down, so I have been crafting all of these outfits. I've completed all of these. It's been taking a long time, so again, do not feel rushed, but at this point I'm at this outfit and I'm slowly completing this, as well as doing the mandatory items, and that's how that does. Then our second tag is Mind Travel, which we had to look at the beginning of this video. Then we have other sets, which I think you unlock these by leveling up slowly. These are quite expensive to craft, so I've only really made 1 item out of this. And then there's the signing collection, which is outfits you get from signing, which we'll see in a minute. But again, you can just see how you've completed these. I personally have not missed out on any of these, so I'm not sure if you've missed them that you are able to craft these, but just know that this is from just the sign-in outfits. When you have completed crafting an outfit, it will say completed here, and you will go to the second tab with dyes. So this is also part of dye colors, which again I want to get into like later when we take a closer look at all the items. You work your way down, so if you want to recolor, for example, the dress, you will have to make these first, which it's really expensive, so really be committed if you want these certain items. But if I want to recolor this dress, I have to do all of these first, and then I have to do all of these first, and then I will get there, right? Moving on, we have clothing store. These items once again are always here. Don't feel pressure to buy them right away, or they're not going anywhere. Basically, these are the ones that you often use for crafting items, like I showed earlier with the story crafting. There are gold items with just regular money, which is often easy to get, and there are gem items. And maybe this will be a good time to also get into the always there currencies. I would almost say is on the top corner. Like I said, we have the gold. This is basically like, if you've played any other game, you probably can assume what this means, but this is like the gold, like the cheaper currency. Then we have in the middle these silver crystals, almost, I don't know the name of them, but these are for only when you spend real money. That's how you get them. There's no other way to get these. And then there's also gems on the side, which is kind of like the premium currency. Like I said, you only really want to use for the gacha items. This shop does have gem items. I haven't bought them personally because I don't like them that much, but they're not that expensive, so feel free to just like pick them up. Again, they will just always be there. So if you're new, you haven't bought these, I would just recommend getting all of these, because then you have some more items in your wardrobe. Then we have the Decom badge, which I'm going to skip for now until we get to the gacha items, because then it would make a little bit more sense. So moving on to Brand Design Studio. This is something that has been really advertised probably when you download this game by making your own clothing. Starting off with creative offer at the top. These are customizations you can buy for when you're crafting your own items. So we have different ones for dress, top, bottom, and drawing, which would be for certain dyes, certain patterns, certain stickers you can use on them. It's pretty self-explanatory. I would only really buy this if you're really into this. I have not bought many of these because I don't really do this anymore. I thought I really would be into it, but I'm not. We have contests, which we will never, I guess, know what it is because it's been a year and they still have not done anything with this. Same as for exhibition. There's nothing here, never has been, probably never will be. Then first up we have pattern design. When you're making your own clothes, this is where you want to go first. We have a bunch of different options, so again, depending on how much you unlock, the more you can do. So for example, let's select the first encounter dress. This is what a default looks like. You can make it different types, so I can change the top here, I can change the sleeves, I can change the hemming for the skirt, and then once you're done you can just make a pattern and that will be saved. You can give it a name and then be done. Then you can move into garment making, is where you take that item that you just created and then customize how you want it. So this is the dress we just made. You can select the fabric, you can change the color. They have a lot of different materials, which is really cool. They do use a certain amount of material that you will have to unlock this. As you can see, the threads pool, so you can buy those in the creative offer with the gems, and the dyes can be bought with gold. One thing good to note is that once you unlock a dye color, you will have this permanently unlocked. So as you can see, the default color here is a lilac, but I've unlocked yellow before because I love yellow. But the only thing is, if I go to denim now and I have the yellow, I still have to pay for it to unlock, which does kind of suck. But let's go with this yellow dress for now. Then going into drawing, you can decide to just leave it as is, or you can add things like a pattern here, which is called a custom sticker, or you can really make a custom sticker, which does need to be approved, but you can basically go into this whole drawing scene and, as you can see, able to show up on the dress, which is kind of really cool. Again, I don't really use this, but you can make an item all the way that you would like it, and then completing it will just make it into a dress, and there we go. Then once you're done, you'll be sent into here where you can see all your past projects that you have made, which is also again pretty cool, and you can dress yourself up in that however you like. You can manage your clothing pieces by going to the exclusive in the bottom to get into that menu. Then we're almost done here. We have the Vvanna Influence ranking, which is basically like the highest score in your server, and just like stats and numbers and everything. This is not really relevant if you don't really care about what other people's score is. Next up is Reshape Look, which is what you saw when you first started the game. You can change your character every way you like. There's two kind of girls that you can make. You can make a woman or you can make a girl, and the girl is often used for people who want to make like a fairy type. I'm not really into this. I don't really like the way it looks, so I'm always going for the woman reshape. But if you like to make like fancy type, I would recommend doing that. Then I'm not going to go specifically in all of this because there is a lot. You can change on top here if you want the events or the basic, if you kind of really feel overwhelmed with the way stuff looks here. It makes it a little bit easier, but there's basically everything you can change: the height, the thickness, anything about their body pieces, makeup, face shape, you name it, you can change it. When you're saving it, you will get this little image slot, so you can get more than one face and you can like basically switch around as you like. So make sure you select one you want to override, and that's how you do it. You can buy more slots with gems. I wouldn't really do it. I think I did it once because I think you get 2 for free. Maybe 3 is worth it for you. Again, if you kind of have like a girl character and like a fantasy alien type or something like that, it'd be nice to switch around, so you can use that. You can access this by going to the image slot here on the top as well, and then you can change it and then say use this image will be changed into your default. Then there's also ways to import other people's designs, which is really cool, or upload your own. So on the top here we have some buttons. If you press copy, you get a little image, so you can press copy data or you can save it, and then people can scan this and use it. The same is with upload or import. If you upload, you will get a code, and then here you can put in the code that people give you or you find online. You can also just access the gallery here in the right top corner and then just basically go shopping for a new face, whatever you fancy. So you can just import anything you like. As you can see, you either have the copy, the code, or the import. Then lastly, at the bottom here, we have fashion diary. This is basically where you can upload your outfit of the day. There are 2 types of social parts, but they are kind of different, so I will just point that out right away. So outfit of the day is basically just taking a selfie and just putting it out there. You can see other people's selfies and you can comment on them. It's like a social media platform, but again, there's like a different one as well. But I don't really like using this one as much. But the fun thing about this is if I see this outfit and I'm like, wow, that's really cute, you can click on it, you can view the whole outfit, and then I can see if I have any of this, and if I press same outfit, I will take the outfit outfit and my character will wear it. As you can see, boom, we're in there, and then you can customize it, which is pretty cool if you need some inspiration from other people. But the thing I was saying, we have the outfit of the day, but we also have the Vvanna community, which is right next to friends here. My head is covering it a little bit. And this is basically where you can also upload images and comment and like other people's stuff. The only thing that is different here is when you press plus, you have to upload from your phone gallery or your laptop gallery. So let's choose a picture that I made the other day. You can select more than one and you can give it a title and you can label or tag other people, or you can also select something from your fashion diary and just link it in there. I'm gonna make it public. I'm just calling it Ice Skaters and then posting it. And then going to your profile, you can see it here. Other people can like it and stuff. It's quite fun. You can also just make edits, which I did here, and then upload that on here. So you don't really have to use an in-game selfie, or you can kind of tweak it a little bit, which I think is really cool because you can really see other people's creativity here with little photo cards and stuff. Now let's move on to the home section down here. This one is like a whole different thing. If you want to, you can completely skip this and ignore it. This is what I did for the first like 6 months because I don't really care that much about the housing. But this can be quite fun if you're looking for some more backdrops, because you can basically use anything as like a photo background. If you don't have that many, you can definitely get some cool photos here, okay? So starting off, I have a really big lot. There are a lot, but when you first start out, you get, I think, this house, which is in the Palm Islands. This is where you start off. The way you can buy different houses and different stuff for your house is the nuts you get from the Endorsement Queen. So if you save those for a while, you can probably get a pretty big house. All you can do in this is basically build whatever you want, get some items, and your character will have to eat and shower. Again, your character doesn't die if you don't do this. You can just, again, completely ignore it because it is quite overwhelming. For the building mode, I don't want to explain too much because it's kind of like The Sims. You have an option to go basic and advanced. That's also like how difficult when you want to make it. But if you want to move it outside of the grid, you would probably want to put it on advanced, or if you want to put stuff into each other. There is a photo mode here as well. I want to get into the photo mode later with the wardrobe a little bit more, but one thing that is different here is that you can, on the side here, change the environment and the time of day. So if you're at the beach and you want to have like a pretty sunset, you can just put it on night, and then you can also change to snowy or whatever, and that is how you line that up, and you can change whatever you like. If you want to switch worlds, you can press community down here, press on the community switch on the top here, and then visit whatever world you like. I don't have houses in the forest castle world, so I can't really visit it, but you can buy it. If you own a plot in any of these worlds, you can kind of wander around. I think I can visit this area of this utopian paradise side, but I can't go to the other side. You will have to buy something like that or visit someone who does have a house like that. Then there's also friends in the corner, so if you have any friends, you can just press on visit, and again, if they have like a different house, you can just go there. Also fun to see is historical, so people that visit me, I can visit them back and I can see who came by, which is pretty cool. Then you have services, which is like a little mini cell phone. There is a lot. So properties is where you buy your own stuff and you can see how many houses you have. Change homes is kind of like selling your house, but like exchanging it for a new one, so you can kind of like have like a better exchange rate, how much it will cost. I have not used this yet. I don't know exactly how it works. There's unstuck, which is basically if you like get stuck somewhere in the game, you reset your character. There's food, so this is again with the cooking and making your outfit and feeding your character. The higher your cooking level is, the more recipes and stuff you get. I don't really care much for this, and you could ignore this if you want to, but you have a certain amount of energy every day you can spend, and that's probably what you want to do for crafting, because you can also get chestnuts for this, and the higher your food is, I think, couldn't be bothered, honestly. Then there's home sharing, which is really cool. You can invite your friends to live in your mansion basically, and then you can build rooms specifically for them, and then they only can enter that room or that spot that you selected for them, which is really cool. I have not done this yet again. Then there is VTV, which is basically like life makeover trailers, nothing important. Home settings, of course. There's preview, which is basically like nothing again. You have notebook where you can see if people visited or like what they came to do, which is pretty fun. Then there is garage kits, which is like from a claw machine, I think. You can buy like a claw machine in the world. You can put it down. There's like a little currency you can spend, and then you can get plushies from them. I think this is how you get them. Yeah, this is related to the claw machine, so that's how you get that currency. You can get some cute little recipes and some backgrounds and stuff for your chat, but nothing really that crazy. Dish cleanup is for when you have all these dishes laying around. You don't want to have your character run around. That's how you get rid of that. Rain effect is to change if your character looks wet if it rains and which default umbrella they use. I think this is only if you have unlocked an umbrella in game. Clean poop is the same for the dishes, but then for your pets. And then homey is where you change your outfit. So when your character goes to shower or goes to swim or goes to lay in their bed, they wear like a default outfit. So if you change to rest, I can change this outfit and this is what they automatically change into, which is pretty cute. I recommend changing that because else it's like kind of a boring look. And then default will change to the outfit that you have selected as like your default outfit as well. Then there's one more thing that I want to say about these houses. When you go to community, change to community. Not everyone has that, but if you go to Palm Island, you have this little green button here in the middle. You can just visit this without living there or going there, or like, yeah, you don't own anything here, but you can still visit this. And literally that right there on the beach is like the best spot for sunset pictures. So that's like a little quick tip from me. And you can buy, I think, a few recipes here as well. It's pretty cool. I feel like I've been talking for so long, but now we're finally getting into the wardrobe. So this is where all the magic in the dress up happens. All the items here are sorted on default from highest to lowest rarity, but you can change them to new outfits and also low rarity, which is pretty cool. Starting off, you have a certain amount of outfits that you can save depending on your rebate level, which I will get on later too, is how you get more slots to save more looks. So as you can see, I have all these different ones saved, and you see that my custom outfit 4 has this little dress into it. This means this is my default main outfit, so that will also appear on our main screen. To set an outfit as your main, you literally just press this button and then it will say display outfit on the main page is just saved. So that's like going to be my outfit. So if I back out now, there we go. This will also be the outfit that your character will walk around in default in if you go to your house. You can rename this if you want to. I'm not doing that, so that's why they're all named custom outfit. Next up, we finally are going to talk about the dyeing. So every outfit has an option to dye depending on how high the rarity is how many dye colors they have. So let's take this 5-star dress. At the top here you can see dye, but before we click onto this, we have these 3 buttons. So we can click on here and see different colors. These are like examples. These are not saved. I thought this at first, these don't save because it's like to give you some info on how you could do it. So if we press dye here, we have a bunch of palettes at the bottom, but they are all locked. Starting off, the default palettes are the colors that they use in the dress itself, so you're free to change these all. The 1, 2, and 3 talks about like the different parts. So if I go to 3 and change that to white, the whole dress is going to be white. You can just do this for free because you already have unlocked these colors. Palette 1 to 8 are almost always really easy to obtain. So as you can see, they will use these color charts. There are 2 different ones. These are the ones that you use for 4, 5, and 6-star items. And then there's also the one that you use for 3 stars, but these are way easier to obtain. Then if you want to get any of these other colors here, so for example, maybe we want the pink color, this is like super locked basically. You will need 27 of these tickets, but in order to be able to unlock the palette, you have to use this palette button on the side, which you use the wind veins, which you also buy at the guild, and you obtain these in many different ways, but this will extend the palette so you are able to unlock it. So if we extend this palette, it will also give us a random palette. So this one we got for free. This is not the color we wanted, but that's how you get it. And then you can also now unlock one of these that you would like. So as you can see, this is how we unlock it. Now we can change the dye colors to whatever we like. I kind of like this pink. Let's make this like a light pink. And if you're done with your design, you press save and then the dyeing is saved. Now for the higher star rated items, it is kind of difficult sometimes to get the more palettes because you will need special veins. As you can see for the 6-star dress, which is from the regular gacha, is when I press the palette, I will need these special veins, and you get these from Decom, which I will also explain when we get to the gacha part. But these are really hard to get, especially for the gachas that are only here timed. You will need a lot of duplicate items to get these, so getting these is a very low chance, unfortunately. Some story items have those as well, but you can craft those. I showed those earlier. It just takes a lot of stamina to craft these items. It sucks, but unfortunately that's the way that these outfits are made. Unfortunately, this is also the same for hair, but it is pretty cool the colors that are also available here. One thing about dyeing to know is that there's also this thing called X stars, I think, and when you're dyeing and you want to unlock an X palette, you have to unlock all the dyes for this, like the whole meter. And then when you unlock this, you can use these palettes to basically make anything that you want in anything that you like. I currently have I currently made it into a gradient going into colors. Into colors is amazing what you can do in this game. It is kind of confusing. So at the side here, you have the 1, 2, and 3. So this is for like my default color and like the gems and whatever not. But if you want to have a cool gradient, you can see up here, it says X Starlight. If you press this, you can change the timing of the colors that it changes into. So I made it like all of these like rainbow colors, and that is kind of like switches into this color. So you can also do like black and red and then black and red and just like kind of switch in between. You can change the order of these colors in the gradients, and you can change how often it switches. I put it on 1 second because I want to have like a really obvious transition, but that is how you change that. Then there's also makeup, which I quickly want to note. You are also able to dye, so don't sleep on that. For example, if we have this eyeshadow here, you can press dye. You can change the colors to whatever you would like, and you can also change the opacity. Same as for the lips, the eyeliner, and I think also the blush. It will say here if it's dyeable or not. Let's quickly talk about all the other buttons on the screen that you see here. We have the share button, which is pretty self-explanatory. You can put it straight into your fashion diary as well from here. We have the settings options. We have the camera, which we'll have a look in a second. We have the background. So this is how you change the background in your wardrobe. So for example, if I want to do it in apricot, boom, this is going to be your new default background. I personally like this one because the lighting is for me the best for dressing up, but feel free to do whatever you want. We have the little eye, hides the UI for a second if you want to take a screenshot. We have the undo and the redo button, and also the clear all, so this takes everything off. On this side, you can add your pet, which we haven't talked about, will come, but you can add them into the scene. My dress is really big, so you can't really see him, but you can move them around. There's a lot of customization you can do here. Then there is headwear position. So for a lot of hair clips, you can change where you want them to be. Let's take these hair bows, for example. You can move each individual hair bow wherever you would like. So we can move this in the front, we can move this in the back, and then this one we can put on top as well. So if you're ever feeling like it's not just quite right how you want it, make sure to check if there's an option to reset that. Posture means the pose that she basically defaults into. Often 6-star dresses have their own unique pose that comes with the dress because it's of course a 6-star, but this is just like how she stands. I'm just going with the default here because I want to be able to see the dress well, but just so you know, you can change that. The special ones, this is for whales only, okay? You will have to have the whole set for these items, and these are I think all 6 stars. You will have to unlock all palettes for them, and if you know for the 6 stars how many veins that takes, so this is never happening. This is for the ultra bills, this is not for us peasants. Then we have the search option, so you can use any of the tags or a tag which a specific theme is going for. This is nice if you have a lot of items. You can also search for the name, which is pretty cool. And then lastly, we have image slot. So as we just discussed, you can change your character's face really easily. So here we have a different face. Might look kind of similar, but you can change those around easily. That was the whole wardrobe. Now finally, let's get into the photo mode. So pressing on photo, you basically just are taken to a whole new thing. Starting off at the top here, you have the wind. Pretty self-explanatory. You can change how you want the wind done. We have vertical mode, which I won't click. Then my screen goes all weird, but it's basically mobile. If you want to, if you're on your phone, you can change the horizontal, so you will have like a wide view if you want to. Of course, the hide UI, once again, we have a handheld you can add later. Now you're in here, which come with sometimes with their own poses. You can say with pets, so there's like different options available to take pictures with them or not. And then this performance, which will help with the pictures quality and how smooth everything runs. At the bottom here, we have a redo and undo button, and the focus, which makes the character look right into the camera. And also more poses will give some glitches. I would recommend checking these out though, because if you feel like you don't have enough poses, then you can press more poses and just like, sometimes it glitches a little bit, but it's never really bothered me that much. Then in the top here, you can move your character around. You can also spin them and stuff, and you can move up and down. Then we press camera here, so I can turn my camera how I want, and I can also move the camera. So I kind of normally like to tweak it a little bit so my character is full in screen. There's also video mode, which I can't show you right here, but it's basically you're recording, but it's not on PC yet, unfortunately. Then on top of here, this is kind of important, is basic mode. If you press here, you can change between basic and ultra HD. Basic mode is when you do see like the filters and little add-ons that you can see on the picture here, but the quality is going to be a little bit less. And if you do ultra HD, it's like the crispiest, best quality you can ever find, but it will take out the little thingy. So I normally put it on basic because I do like my little accessories here. At the bottom here, we have, of course, our poses. You are able to filter and favorite your poses to the one that you like the most. If you find a pose that you really like, but you don't really like how her face looks, you can press expression. They will freeze her pose, but then you can change the facial expression from any of these other poses, which is really cool and a lot of customization. And even if you then think, is not it. You can still move her eyeballs around with looking from side to side and up and down however you feel needed. And pressing back here will go back into changing the poses, and this will also reset if you click on something else. So we have the half-length ones. There are full body poses, but you can zoom in and out however you please. There's dynamic poses, so these are often a little dense, and sometimes these also come with items that you can do. And then if you pause here, you can move your character around. You can slowly go through all of the frames and pick the one you like, and then also change your expression somewhere from the slider if you like. And of course there's one with pet, but currently there's like so little I don't want to talk about it. For scenes you get a few for free, which is pretty cool. They often have their own different kind of lighting with it as well. You can often buy these in the store. They're quite expensive, so I recommend being kind of picky with them. Sometimes you get them from the Decoms, and we had just had the 1-year anniversary and they gave us this one for free, and I think the red and the white one as well, which is really nice, and we love free stuff. Then next to it we have retouch. So these are basically like your basic editing filters. There's one I want to mention in specifically is the white cam. It's kind of like grayed out and it says like, oh, there might be some glitching going on. You've confirmed this, okay? So this would let you zoom in and out. Let me choose a better scene. So this lets you move your camera way more freely, and you can also see parts that you're kind of not supposed to see, especially if you zoom out a lot. But this gives you a lot of opportunity for creative angles, so feel free to like play around with how wide the cam is and everything. You can get really cool pictures with this. They only recently added this. Then there are cute effects. So these are basically like a little face filter. You can unlock these often from events. You accumulate these quite easily. Then there's also effects, so these have like a little sparkle, they got fireworks or leaves or whatever going on, and also regular filters with just like a color reshading. All of these you kind of just get from like events and dailies and whatever you do. Brush is like a little painting pattern. We have frames which kind of look like a magazine cover. These look better on your mobile device than on PC, I think, but if you crop your picture, it will kind of look like this. Dynamic is the same, but then it kind of moves, you know, it's pretty cool. Then there's stickers, which self-explanatory. And then lastly we have frames. So we used to only have full frame, but if you want you can now take square pictures in other different sizes how you please. Especially on PC, I highly recommend using this because there's a lot of empty space around. The last thing I want to show, which is a really cool feature, is the group one is right here on the top. You can invite people. They have to accept within 4 hours, and then you have I think 2 or 3 hours to dress up, which is kind of like, I don't know why that time frame is there, but then you can dress up with them. But if you don't have any friends or they're not responding, you can also do select image. So you select one of your characters if you want. You can also just do the same one, and then you have 2 of you. So I like to do is making 2 poses, and you can kind of like move them around and then take the picture as usual, and then there you have it, which is really cute. And then our last feature is when you take your photo, you have set as avatar, so you can look this and choose this as to be your profile picture in the game, and of course save to put it on your device. Next we're going to talk about allies, which is next to the wardrobe down here at the bottom. You can get allies by doing pulls in the regular limited time chase as well, and from the mind travel, if you finish the story, you will also get a ally. There are 3 different rarities: SSR, SR, and R. You get a lot of R's in the beginning. I'm just gonna straight up say these are not worth leveling up. That's why mine are like all level 1, because these don't do much for you. You get the SR pretty easily, and they don't really do much for your score boost. The reason why allies are important is because they have like specific tags, as you can see, and these tags will boost your score when you're dressing up for Endorsement Queen, the fashion battle, and also just for doing the stories, because you will need a certain score to finish the level. So take my lovely Gerald here as an example. We have different tabs here at the bottom. Starting off, you have the regular picture will be the default. This is what it will look like when you obtain, I think this one is from the mind travel, and then when you involve it, you get like a special little card and animation with it. So the first one, you can upgrade their level. I have this one currently at level 40. The higher your level gets, the more stuff you get in return. As you can see, you get these special currencies once again, and some coins and some gems, and then you get some more at the top. And as you can see here is how much score they boost. Then you have also intimacy, which you also need for the story, which is here at the end. You can also get another different currency for this, and this will also boost the score. You will need these butterflies, which you could get, as you can see, from a lot of things every day, and these will use the keys to get the level up. So to evolve, if you need more than one of the same ally. Again, the ones that are always there are easier to obtain, so I recommend boosting these first before you do it on any special allies that you get from other limited time gachas maybe. And then you also have skills, so instead of using those duplicates to evolve, you can also do the shards, but I personally would like to evolve. But you kind of have to look at the score and the benefits that you get will work for you. And then some of these have a special story. The SR sometimes have like a really short one, but it's definitely the SSRs where it's at.
Faced with danger, it's more meaningful to conquer one's fears than to be rescued, isn't it?
You said that right, Gerald. And as you can see, I normally get my SSR as high as possible. I don't really spend these unless I have like a new SSR, so these are all. He's even evolved, like he's my #1 boy, and he also comes with a story that you can completely read. Now talking about the shop, you press on the little button here, you can hit redeem. Once again, this shop does not expire. There is no rush for getting these outfit. You have the regular outfit, you have the color charts to do the dye colors for those extra veins, you have some makeup, brand design items, and regular like poses and stuff you can redeem for. So this one is based on the currency for leveling your character, and then the intimacy shop is for when you raise their intimacy level. So these are also not going anywhere anytime soon, so there's like a bunch of stuff that you can get here as well. So then it's a charge shop for when you have done evolving all the skill level to the max. You can get these and redeem them so you can boost even more of the score, but this doesn't really happen that often. Then moving on to our last tab, we have a Lightchase down here. This is where the hot stuff is at. We currently have 4 that are always there, and then the gold one here is always in rotation. Every, I think 22 days or something, this changes out. Currently this is the Galaxy Roam. This is either always 2 5-stars you pull for and a 4-star, or it's going to be a 6-star, a 5-star, and a 4-star. For the cases that there are 2 5-stars, you get an even chance of getting a 5-star item from both sets anytime you do pulls. However, once you pull the dress for one of these sets, the system will put you in that set and you will finish that first before you start the other set. So if you don't like one of the outfits that much, but you pull the dress for the lesser outfit that you like, I would recommend stop pulling, because you would have to spend a lot in order to get more from the other stuff. You still have a chance that you get items from that other set that you like, but the chances are very low because the guaranteed items are going to be from the dress you pulled. I hope that really makes sense. Then there are 3 other ones that are used with tickets. You get these tickets from doing dailies, also from the guild shop and whatnot. Don't spend gems on these. Only spend your gems on the limited time ones if you buy these pools, because this one is gonna go. They sometimes do rotations, I think, but we have not seen one yet. So spend it on these. You will always be there. So we have the balloon one, which use the yellow tickets, and then we have Beloved and Essence, where you can use and the yellow tickets and also these blue ones. And then lastly, we have the Starlight Show, which is kind of like the lesser gacha. They don't have any 6 stars. They only have 5 stars and less, but these are only with coins, and I have loved these tickets. You also get these quite easily. Now we finally get to talk about Decom. So when you pull and you get duplicates of the same items, you get to keep those, but you get to recycle those and then get 100 more types of currencies to get other stuff for it as well. So going back into the design room, you have the Decom bench. It is sorted on 3, 4-star, 5-star, 6-star photo items, because you get those sometimes, and allies. As you can see, let's take these shoes for example. I have these in the Decom for a 4-star. If I decom this, I don't lose the item. You cannot lose items, do not worry about this. And as you can see, it will give me what kind of rewards I will get in return. So if I have decom this, we get some coins in return, and this is cleared. You can exchange these in the store. There are a lot of tabs here, don't worry. These are always here. You get these from the duplicates from the always there gachas, the permanent gachas. These don't expire, so don't again feel rushed for these. Then we have the glitter decom. This is for the same ones as well. These currencies kind of like differ on the high rarity from these items from these permanent gachas, but these are also not going anywhere. And that the same is for the Starlight decom. And then lastly, we have the Galaxy decom. This is the only one that really matters to me, I think, because every time that the timed gacha refreshes, there will be new items here and these will be gone. You kind of want to do like a lot of pulls, get duplicates, then get rid of those, and then you can get these limited items, which are really, really cute. Do keep in mind, I did not know this, that anytime there is a 6-star in the shop, the decom will have a background available, and you might want to get that and check for it if it's there. Once the timed gacha is gone, these items will be gone, and there is no other way, I think, for right now to get these. Maybe if they ever return, but for now, this is the only time you can get them. So don't forget to check if there's any decom items you want when you're doing pulls, and maybe you need to get some extra to recycle. Now we've talked about most of it. We can finally talk about the items here in the top corner. Starting off with bonus, this is all kind of like straightforward, but I'll go over it anyway. This is just a daily login set. that if you claim this every day, you get some stuff, stamina, items, gems, whatever. And of course, there's always an outfit. Then there is late sign-in. I have 3 + 5, so I have 8 right now. You kind of get these if you log in for, I think, 90 days, you get 3 per month. So in case you kind of miss a day, you can kind of like backlog and still get that. You don't want to miss the item. That's how you still get that. So make sure you're just active, and then sometimes you can just miss a day and you can still get your rewards. Then we have energy. You can claim this twice a day. First time is 30, then it's 60. I recommend doing this because more stamina is better. Preview, this is nothing really that important. This is often for upcoming stuff that they want to tease and people wanted to look at. Exchange is some more of all the shops all together. So this is really overwhelming if you look through this. I think I've explained most of these, but let's quickly go over them. Glimmer shop. These items are always there. I think you get these from the guild. This is, I think, a different guild shop. There's a bunch of photo posters you can get here, so I recommend picking these up because these are pretty cute. Next up, Inspiration Center. You get these from the Thought Waltz, which is the one where you click and then you get 30 seconds and then you just have to claim it again. This is also not going anywhere. This is always here. Then there is the convenience store. This is bought with currency that you get from just doing your dailies, and you can exchange them for also some poses and some chat backgrounds and stuff and profile pictures and a few accessories. Then there's the ally shop. We just went over this one. Same as for the Decom store. It's just the same. It's just another way to access it, but it's a lot if you see them all together. Endorsement shop, also just seen it. Guild shop, also seen it. Fashion shop is for the fashion battle. Vvanna shop is for completing Vvanna challenges, which I will also get into in just a second. Then there is a referral shop for when someone uses your referral code, you can get some items here as well. Garage Kids is also the same shop with the claw machine for your home. And then lastly, we have the rebate shop, which is based on your rebate level. The higher your rebate level is, the more coins you get for this, and then you can spend those. Like these are whale items, okay? You don't have to worry about this if you're a new player, but this is for when you spend a lot, which I will get into also when we look at the shop. Next up, level gifts. You can get rewards based on your level. Mystery box is every Saturday and Sunday. You kind of had to put these in. It's just like 3 clicks, and then in Monday you can claim them. You get some of these guild coins, and then you also get some stamina, which is like free stuff basically. And then lastly, here is the invite, which is basically your redeem code. So if you have a friend that starts playing, you can give them your code. They can put that in when they start playing, and then you get, because you invited them, some rewards and then the currency for the shop we also just showed. Quickly going into the Vvanna challenge. If you go into story mode on the top here, you see Vvanna challenge. Every chapter has a few of these challenges which you can do, and they all have their own goals. So for example, this one has as goal is get it perfect with 1 set, get perfect with 3 sets. There are some guides in the official Discord server you can use, but you can just use the tag search to get these done, and that is how you get some more of that currency. You can also just go straight into the shop from here as well, and then you can exchange them for here. Again, these items are not going anywhere, so no rush. Then moving on, we have underneath bonus the mall tab. The mall tab has basically everywhere you can spend money. Like I said earlier, you can spend these silver coin thingies with real money, and then the gems is for just regular gems you can get as a free to play as well. They often always have one wallpaper available where you can buy. It's not discounted. It says discounted. They're always 7 euros or 8 euros my currency. From all of these things, I don't really recommend buying these because there's not really a need, because again, these are always there and you earn these occasionally just by playing. One thing I recommend picking up daily is this one. It costs 6 coins and you get 888 in return, so there's no loss here, and you get some color charts for it as well. Pick this up every day and you're good. Next up, Wonder Ceremony. This is every once in a while, so that might not be here when you're watching this video, but this is where you have to do some dailies and get a discounted items. They're often just like some random pieces, furniture, makeup and stuff. Then there's membership. If you are free to play, totally fine too, but if you are considering spending money, I think this would be like your best value for your money. You basically buy a card and then every day you can claim 60 gems, and then you only pay I think like 5 euros as you can see. So you get a total of 1800 gems, which is like pretty good conversion rate. Some other extras and goodies. Again, if you're looking for like a good value for gems, these two are definitely your best option. There's also top up, of course, where you can just straight up buy gems. The first time you top up, you get a few more gems extra. After that, you only get the silver currency coins. This definitely has the worst conversion rate for your money. money, but if you want it fast, this is how you get it. Then we're getting into the rebate levels. You can see at the bottom here, it says details. This is how you can check your rebate level. It is based on how much you spend. So every time you spend real money, you could get XP basically on that meter. And then depending on how high level is, you get the special rebate currency and like some items, and there's some outfits in here. So you can check your level here and see what your custom items are. Then we have the Decom redeem. Like we didn't have already enough stores, but I think this is just like a fast pass to where we were earlier. So as you can see, Ally Decom stores with the same with the charts I explained earlier, and then the Decom store is just the regular Decom store. There's like 6 ways to enter this shop, so that's how you get there as well. And then lastly is member shop. I think you can only buy these items when you have the fashion goat for the time. I only got the pose because I really like that, but I don't know, this is not really worth it to me because these are just some items, you know. Lastly, here we have event, which is an event calendar showing up what's coming up and which events are coming and things are going on. One thing to note, if you're free to play, you can basically always get every outfit from every event that's going on as a free to play, just if you're just playing your dailies every day. It's great. So I'm not really going to explain any of these going on because they obviously switch around, but often these are quite explanatory. And again, you can get these outfits just by doing your dailies. Amazing. Then as our final note, some extra customization you can do. If you press on your profile icon at the top here, you can change some stuff about your profile. You can change your profile picture. You can have some that you can unlock through various ways, and you can also use the selfie like I did. We have some frames that you can unlock, and you can still store up to 10 old selfies. Then there's also a background for your profile that you can see. This is also when you go into the chat and click on someone's name, this is what their little card will look like as well. For your chat, you can also change a bunch of things. Quickly moving my face, you can see I have like a wheel background. If you put it here on the little filter, you can change what it looks like. For decorations, you can select your own text bubble if you'd like, and as well for the background, you can sort on the obtained and then just choose whatever you fancy, and then heading out you see a different background. Changing your background, it can be done in different ways. You have it here on your profile, say change cover, you can change it here, but you can also go into your friends down here, say me, and change cover background, and you can see a little preview of what it would look like. Last but not least, we are going to be talking about the pets as well. This is a recently added feature, so there isn't that much to it. If you want to, you can also just completely ignore this because it does take a little bit of nuts is what you feed them. You can have several cats and dogs. You can buy extra slots first of all. I think you can get one for free at first. They just have basic features that they would like. If you want to use any special items, you have to place them in the house that you're currently living in to be able to use them, but you can just send them on their way and then make sure that they are all nice and healthy. There is a shop where you can buy pets, cats and everything. Some cost gems, some cost like basically just real money. Same as with dogs, they don't really have that many yet. You can also go to the adoption center. These are always the same ones, but they are free basically, and you can just do one a week. Then you can also foster cats, and you can send them to the hospital when they're sick. You will know if they are. And there's also a baby room because breeding is a thing. You can do this with your own animals or with someone you know. However, one thing is to note that it often fails. The times that I've tried, they try it and then just fails. So I've not have any experience yet with these pets. And then there's of course some achievements you can get with this as well. The only thing you really use for these animals is to feed them with the coins. I don't recommend spending gems on this, but just the nuts to feed your animals. You can take pictures with them, you can give them away. There's also fashion hopefully coming soon, but you never know with Life Makeover, and other than that, there isn't that much to it. I'm sorry this was such a long video. I hope you guys are free to skip around with the timestamp, but if you watched the whole thing, thank you so much. Let me know down below definitely if I missed anything, because this would be really helpful for other users as well. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing or becoming a member. I make a ton of Life Makeover and other fashion game type content. Also, I'm live here on YouTube every Saturday. Thank you all so much for watching to the end. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.